everybody, and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. It's finally here. After waiting so long, it is finally here, and I am very excited to show you guys some of the new things in Car Mechanic Sim 21. The Restoration Garage series is going to continue from Car Mechanic Sim 2018. I know I did a couple episodes of that and then kind of stopped. And honestly, I was waiting for 21 to come out, or 20 or something, and it's finally here. It is here. So I'm going to go ahead and I have a little project for us to do already. But before we get started, I want to show you the new garage if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen any other videos on it. It is a old auto repair gas station on historic Route 66, which is pretty cool. But yeah, take a look at this area. This is really cool. Like, you get all this. Let's go ahead and go inside the shop so I can show you. I have been playing quite a bit. I have to give a huge thank you and shout out to the Jeff Fabiano. He sent me a code early, so I've been playing this game quite religiously since I got that code. So big thanks to you, Jeff. Appreciate it. I've really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys do too. So yeah, this is the inside of the new garage. I do have some upgrades, so it doesn't quite look like this from the beginning, and I will show you the upgrades that I do have. Let's go ahead and walk into this other room, which is kind of the repair shop. You have a lot of workbenches that you can fix stuff up with, body panels, you have an engine stand, brake lathe, a bunch of stuff to kind of fix all the parts you need and get your vehicles back up and running. Some really cool looking stuff too, rollers and all that. It's pretty awesome. I'm enjoying it. So let's go ahead and head out the back and check out the test path facility, which is pretty cool. Kind of similar to the other one in 18, but now you can adjust wheels as well as headlamp adjustment, which is pretty cool. And this is now also connected to the paint booth, which yeah, pretty standard like what it was in the other one, paint booth. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm really enjoying this so far. So let's go ahead and I will show you there's a car wash too, which is pretty awesome. I kind of hope that later on I can get rid of some of this stuff, or maybe they're going to add a new building here or something. I'm not really sure. Oh, actually, you know what? This could be the dyno area. I don't actually have the dyno unlocked, so I bet that's what that is. But it would be kind of nice to like clean up a lot of this stuff around here. But then again, I don't know. It kind of looks cool. I like that it's like rustic and used and looks, you know, like a normal functioning shop would. This is the new salvage container area where you can salvage some parts and get salvage. I'm not really sure what salvage is used for, to be 100% honest with you. I have 1400, as you can see in the top corner. Again, not 100% sure what that's used for just yet. But anyway, let me go back inside and I will show you the toolbox, which is the upgrades. So as you can see, spend a lot of time in this game. I'm already a rank 17. I do have 162,000. We'll get into that in a little bit. This is not a sandbox mode. This is the normal career mode, and I can show you that by going into the orders. We do actually have a story order on the board, but we're not doing that today. Maybe another day we will, but not today. So this is all the skills that I've spent, all the skill points I have spent. I have maxed out my repair, so that way I can repair everything that I can up to body parts so we can do a full restoration. I've also maxed out my unscrew speed, and I'm currently working on doing the mounting speed, getting that maxed out, and then eventually probably end up doing running speed or something like that. Anyway, this is the garage upgrade area. Everything green is things that I have purchased to upgrade, and everything gray is things that I don't currently have. So I do have a paint shop level 1. Don't have a paint shop level 2 or 3. Level 2 adds advanced color palette and color types to your paint shop, and then level 3 adds custom color mixing and liveries. Don't have those. I don't have the dyno, and I don't have the warehouse. I do have all the tools, tablet, OBD2, all this stuff. I do have all these. Have the welder, battery charger, engine tools, body repair station. My garage is expanded, second lift, salvaging, car wash, test path. So the only thing I don't have is the dyno, which I'm assuming is going to be that building, but we'll probably end up getting the dyno in this episode. We'll see. We'll see how things go. So I do have the customization unlocked, and a lot of this stuff is swapped out. So the body or the walls and the floors and all that, and the lift colors and stuff, and toolbox colors and whatnot is all customized, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they kept that. I really enjoyed that in 18. And they've made quite a few changes in 21, things that really help you out. So we're going to get into that a little bit. But before we go ahead and blab on any further, I know you guys are here for the restorations. So let me show you what we're restoring today. You've probably already seen it. Here it is. This is what we're going to restore. Take a look at this. It is in need of some TLC, that is for sure. It's seen better days. Let's go ahead and take a look. It's a Ribson Starline. Yeah, totally. Ribson Starline. Yeah, that's definitely what that is. Anyway, it has 136,000 miles on it. I did find it in a barn. This is a barn find. We'll do a barn find at the end of this episode as well. I'm going to try to make this episode not super long. The restoration series did definitely take a long time to complete, so I'm going to try to not make this episode an hour long, but honestly, it might end up being an hour long. So, as you can tell, we have a lot of parts to go over. Current value of the car is $32,000. This might be a thing that we're going to end up selling at the end because I have 162,000 and I've been getting better with money, but I still need some more. Apparently, I bought this for $27,000. I can already sell it for a $5,600 profit. So that's interesting. Bought it and can sell it for $5,000. I didn't do a thing to it. So very interesting. Let's go ahead and move this onto the car lift. And oh, wait. Before we go onto the car lift, let's go to the car wash. This is something that I've been doing. I've only restored about 2 or 3 cars. I was really concerned if I was going to be able to have enough money to start this series because I know I could just go into, while I'm blabbing, we can do interior clean and exterior clean. I know I can go into sandbox mode and just have everything available and just do everything that I want to do in the restoration series, but I like actually earning the money and it going towards something. So I decided to do the career mode. Wow, that cleaned up a lot. That looks good. That looks really good. All right. Wow. That cleaned up really well. Let's go ahead and put it back on the lift. So yeah, I know I could do it in sandbox mode, but I like actually having the purpose and it, getting me XP that I can spend on stuff and unlocking my garage. And I just like it to feel a little more real. Then the money actually matters. Before, you don't even look at the price of anything in sandbox and you just do it. So I like the fact that, this actually has a purpose. So that's why I've grinded so much in the past couple of days to get to 17 to unlock all the repair stuff that I could. And then I did a couple car flips just so we had some money to play with. Excuse me. So we had some money to play with. And in this build, I think I want to do something a little different. I mean, this is obviously, come on. This is a Starline. This is a Ribson Starline, guys. Okay? We need to show this thing some love. So I think I'm gonna go for power. I think I'm gonna do a lot of modifications to the engine and try to get this thing to put out some decent power. We can look, as of right now, the factory power is 293 horsepower. That ain't good enough. That is not good enough. So we're gonna try to change that. So let's go ahead and start the restoration on this car. There's a lot of things that we're gonna need to do, which is pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and start by getting rid of some of it has absolutely no oil in it. Okay, that's good. We're going to put it, actually, we're not going to put it back down just yet. What we're going to do is we are going to take off the transmission so that way we can pull the motor. The camera angles are a little odd still. It's pretty much 18. They haven't really changed very much since 18 in terms of the camera angles. So stuff like this happens sometimes, so just bear with me. As you can see, some of these bolts are orange, and you can just sit here and crank on them. It won't come out. You actually have to spray them down with WD-40, which is really cool. I like that. I like that touch. All right, so now that that's done, we'll go ahead and get this car lowered, and we'll move the crane over in preparation. And before we rip this thing out, let's just make sure we have absolutely no fluids in it, which is good. Fluids is a new mechanic of 21, which I've enjoyed. All right, we've ripped that motor out. We've shoved it in our pocket. So let's go ahead and go over and put it on the stand. We'll deal with this last, since this is more than likely going to end up being the most expensive thing that we're going to end up doing to this car. And also, we're missing quite a bit. We're missing quite a bit of this motor. So that's going to need a lot of attention. But let's not get distracted. Let's go ahead and clean up this engine bay a little bit. We'll just start pulling some stuff out. Actually, what I need to do is go into the build mode, and I'm going to show you guys one of the cool new features. Let me just go ahead and don't mind all this, get rid of that. So you can, when you're mounting a part or unmounting a part, you can just go ahead and have it highlighted. Just press X. As you can see in the top left corner, added the list. We'll go ahead and just add everything that we didn't already pull out of here because we don't need a brake booster. I do have a spare one. But as you can see, what we can do is as we're taking these off, we know that we're not going to be able to fix relays. So we're going to have to buy new relays. So I'm going to go ahead and just add those to the list while I can. And we'll get these removed. So then I can show you in a bit the new shopping mechanic. Once you add it to your list, it's a lot more intuitive to actually purchase that part. Unlike 18 that did have a shopping list, but it was kind of just that. You had to use your memory a lot, and I ended up taking pictures of my screen a lot on my phone and then using that, and it just was not, it was not good. We'll add 4 clips. Don't know if we're going to be able to actually repair these clips, but we know it's going to need 4. And then as I take everything off, I just go ahead and add it to the list, and if we end up repairing it, I just don't buy it, but at least it's on the list, so if we do need to purchase it, it's ready to go. So, engine bay is cleared out. We're going to go ahead and strip down the suspension. We're going to strip this car down all the way to nothing. We're going to take everything off of here. We're missing a wheel completely, so we're going to have to buy a rim. And let me just go ahead and go to this side and take this wheel off. So yeah, this is going to be a full-on restoration. We're going to get this thing to 100% on everything and see how much money we can actually make from it. We're going to drive it first, of course. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tear down this suspension, and I'm going to do pretty much what I was telling you. Go ahead and add 2 for each side of pretty much everything that I'm taking off. And again, if I can fix it, we'll fix it. We won't buy it, but at least it's on the list. In case we do need it, it's there. So I'm going to go ahead and either fast forward or just skip it. I mean, we'll kind of see how it works out in editing, but I'm going to go ahead and tear all this out. Everything you see right now, all these rusty parts, everything. This car will just be a big ghost car when we're done with it. I'm tearing everything out of it. All right, so that is the last part. Like I said, everything is out of this car. Every mechanical piece is off this car. It's completely bare. Let's go ahead and lower it back down. And what we're going to actually do is now tear the body off. Pretty much anything and everything body panel wise is going to come off. We don't know what we're going to do in terms of styling. I'm assuming this car is going to have some extra bumpers and hoods and all that type of stuff. So not quite sure what we're going to do with all that just yet. But we're just going to get this thing stripped down to the bare essentials, pretty much just the body. So we can kind of focus on building it back up. These taillights are kind of cool and kind of bad at the same time. Don't really know how to feel about those. Don't know what we're going to do with this car just yet. But we're just going to go ahead and rip everything out. So I think we're good on the body. Don't think we have anything left. Let's go ahead and go into the interior. And we'll pull all this stuff out and make sure that none of it is... We do have a specific type of bench on the rear, but it looks like everything else is kind of normal. So this car should now have absolutely no parts on it. And it does. It is absolutely barren with everything all the way down to the license plates and seats and everything. So we're completely clear of all mechanical and body panel pieces. Let's go ahead and move the welder over. So go ahead and take a look. This car does not have a lot of rust, but go ahead and take a look at this body panel. You can see quite banged up. There's a huge gap right here. This does not look great. So we're gonna go ahead and use the welder. Just like in 18, the welder got rid of rust. It gets rid of rust as well as body damage, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Really like the new animation on that. And yeah, now check it out. Nice straight body panels, no gaps, roof is flat. Looks good. Looking better already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the parts that we have, including the rims that we currently have, because I don't hate these. These are actually not bad wheels. So we're gonna separate the wheels and tires so we can hopefully try to fix the rims if we can. Also gonna separate the suspension just to see if that is fixable by any means. I don't believe the suspension components in terms of the shocks are actually fixable. There's a lot of things in this game that just by default you already know you cannot fix. Inner outer tie rods, anything electrical like fuses, anything like that, ignition wires. There's quite a few stuff that you just will not be able to fix even if you are the highest rank. So we're gonna see everything we can. I think we got all the pieces. Yes, we did. So yeah, we are good to go fix the parts that we have. Again, we're not focusing on the motor just yet. We're gonna focus on just doing the suspension. And then we'll do body panels and stuff towards the end. So this is the new repair mechanic for the little repair mini game. And I don't mind it. It's actually not bad. I mean, it takes a while if you're going to sit here and you're going to repair pretty much every piece of the car that you can take off and repair. It takes a little bit of time, but it's not difficult. It's the right amount of random, I think, for fixing stuff. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix all these issues or all these parts as much as I can. And then we'll kind of see what we're going to need to purchase at the end. So I'll be right back. All right, so we have managed to fix every single part except one. I did break one part, but what we need to do now is go into our tablet and go into, this is the new tablet screen, by the way. You have your main shop, body shop, tire shop, interior, license plate, custom gear shop, which is all like custom transmissions, body tuning, which is all the performance parts that we might look at later. Body tuning, this is where you kind of get like different body parts, rims. Electronics shop is where you're going to find all your fuses, spark plugs, ignition wires, starters, alternators, anything electrical. Vehicle add-ons, I didn't even know this existed. I'm literally looking at this for the first time. You can add police lights. That's pretty cool. I wonder what we can put that on. Anyway, and then community parts for mods. So what we need to do is go into here and we can bring up our shopping list. So the whole time I was taking everything off, like I said, I was hitting X and I was adding it to my list. Well, this is your shopping list. The best part about it being your shopping list and being in this kind of area now is as long as I'm going to click on this, it's not going to show up. No items in this section. Well, that's because the ABS pump is going to be in the electrical shop. And there it is. So another cool thing is once you can add it to your list, you can just go and click on it and it'll bring up the piece that you need. And then once you buy it, you can get rid of it, add another piece. So this is so much better than it was in 18. In 18, you had to use your memory, and there's so many, I mean, look at this. There's so many parts and pieces that you need to do a car. How are you gonna remember every single piece? So the fact that I can just click a button, add it to my list, and then just go into the shop and just click on it, it auto searches for me, and then I could just purchase the part. Is amazing. So huge improvement there. Really, really glad they did that. And as you can tell too, if you do multiple parts times 2 times 3 times 4. So it's very simplistic, makes the buying process of buying mass parts so much easier. So what we're going to do currently is we're going to buy all the parts that we know we did not fix or cannot fix, like anything electrical. I believe I might have fixed that, so I'm not going to purchase that. I think I fixed the clips. So there's some things that I just know right off the bat are unfixable. Good example, rubber bushings. We cannot fix rubber bushings. I said I needed 16. We're going to buy 16. I believe there was small rubber bushings in here somewhere as well. Small rubber bushings, we're going to need 8 of those. So now I'm just going to go through and I'm pretty much going to buy the things that I know we cannot fix. Sway bars, we cannot fix those. Shock absorber caps and springs, we cannot fix those. Inner and outer tie rods, we cannot fix. Yeah. So there's some stuff that you're not going to be able to fix. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and purchase everything that I know I have not fixed or cannot fix, and then we'll start putting the car together, and then we'll figure out from there what we actually still need to complete the job. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a lot of stuff right now. Just remember, we started with $163,000. So just keep an eye on that. When we are wrapping up with the purchase process. We still need to do the motor too, which can get expensive, especially if we're doing horsepower stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and buy a lot of this stuff, and then we'll get back to start putting the car back together. All right, so this is what we're left with. And I don't know if I've fixed a lot of this stuff, but as you can tell, it's kind of like big metal components, pretty much. As long as it's a big metal piece. Don't know about brakes yet, so we're not sure. Fuse box, again, we're not 100% sure. Clips, we're not sure. So yeah, we're going to leave some of this stuff in here, and we're going to start working on the car. One thing that I like to do as well, go into my inventory, and since I separated the rims from the tires, we have our tires. I'm going to go ahead and add 4 of those to our shopping list, and then we can go into the tire shop, and we need 255 30 20. The one gripe I have is you have to remember this. You can select sport tire, it'll bring this up, but then it does this. So then you have to kind of go 255 30 20, 255 30 20. So 420 255 30 20. I kind of wish these were moved around. I wish it was amount and then width, profile, and then size. How it is when you display it. $3,000 for tires. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of money. But I kind of wish it came up in order as this: 255 30 20, and it comes up, 20 255 30. So it's not confusing. It's a little gripe for me. There's also something that I totally forgot that we're definitely going to need to do. We were able to repair some rims. Let me go ahead and see if I can find them. Can I find you? Rims? Here we go. So we're going to go ahead and add just one because we were missing one when we originally got the car. We don't need sport tires anymore. So this is going to be one for 20 inches. And let's go ahead and purchase that part. I'm not going to get into changing out the rims on this car. I personally liked how they looked. They looked pretty good. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start the process of putting this all back together. Front suspension cross member B is something that I don't think I purchased. So let's look for front suspension cross member B, and let's go ahead and X that out. We don't need that anymore because we were able to fix it. And then as we do each side, we will be able to see how many pieces of what we are missing. We're not going to do the exhaust. I added that to my list. Did not buy it because I realized that that's probably going to be something that we're going to use in the upgrade shop. So sway bars, you cannot fix. Power steering rack, sometimes you can. Nope, apparently we did not. So let's go ahead and head back to the normal shop. Find that steering rack, which is right there. $800. That's unfortunate that we couldn't fix that because, yeah, that's expensive. Go ahead and put the steering rack in. And then now that we're kind of focused on one side, we can really see. So we're missing one front steering knuckle. So let's go ahead and do front steering knuckle A. We're going to need one of those. Get rid of that. A front axle cover. We have both of those. Front axle cover. Get rid of that. Oop. Front wheel hub. We have both of the front wheel hubs fixed. Again, we can go ahead and get rid of that. So you can kind of see my method of how I do things. I would say it's a little confusing in the beginning, but you get the hang of it pretty early on. We did not do anything with brakes. So we're definitely going to need 2 front brake discs. Go ahead and get rid of those. And I believe we're going to be good on pads. We bought 4 sets. How we're going to be good on calipers? We need 4 calipers total. So we don't need 4 cylinders, but we do need 2 more calipers. So let's go ahead and purchase those. Brake calipers. We're going to need 2 of you. Perfect. A lot of rear suspension stuff that we'll figure out once we get there, but I think we have most of everything that we need for the front suspension. So we're going to go ahead and try to just button this up real quick. We got both of the lower arms, which is good. Again, more things that you can repair, the better. Less money spent on buying brand new parts when you can fix them for much, much, much less. My suggestion, if you know what? I totally forgot to put the new suspension together. My suggestion, if you are getting into this game, because I know it's just coming out, or it is out now, depending on when this video goes up, I would highly recommend for the skills that you go about the route of repair. I know screw speed and mounting speed and inspection speed is nice, but this is where you're really going to get the best bang for your buck. Being able to actually repair the parts, even for the story missions or just general jobs, is going to make you a lot more money than having to buy brand new parts outright. So just keep that in mind. That's my suggestion. I kind of wish I had gotten into that one earlier, because I did what everybody, I think most people do, is you see the shiny unscrew speed and you're like, that's what I use all the time, that's why I want that. We don't have that, apparently. Oh, you know what? I did not do the wheels and tires, so that kind of makes sense. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and button up this side, and then we are going to go to the rear, and we'll see what parts we need for that. All right, onto the rear. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, luckily we're able to do the rear suspension cross member. Let's go ahead and get rid of that, because that is expensive. So very happy we didn't have to buy one of those. Rear sway bar we did. Let's go ahead and actually put the rubber bushings in this before we move on, just to make sure that we don't miss anything. I already put the fuel tank and the fuel pump in. I had an extra fuel pump, so I didn't need to buy it. Didn't need to buy the tank. You cannot fix the tank. So let's go ahead and see. We'll get on this side and let's see what we need to do. Rear axle housing A, we don't need. Thank you. Let's go ahead and see. There's going to be a lot of bushings back here. This is the more complicated suspension in the rear here. Rear suspension arm A, I think, yes, we did, in fact, repair both of those. Rear suspension arm A, we can go ahead and get rid of that. Spring cap, can't fix these, had to buy new ones. And we are missing one side completely. This side that I'm actually working on now originally was missing quite a bit of stuff. It was missing this whole rear spring, missing the drive axle, missing the rear suspension arm B, which let's go ahead and put that in. Okay, we do need one of those. We are completely missing a rear suspension arm B. So rear suspension arm B, we'll buy one of those. We'll get rid of that. And we will continue on. Let's do the rear. Okay, we need one of these as well. This one's also completely gone. Rear suspension upper arm. Rear suspension upper arm. Let's go ahead and purchase that and get rid of it. It's very nice to watch this slowly disappear. There's something satisfying about it. Just watching that huge list of things that you need slowly get smaller. We don't need any of these, which is great. Rear suspension arm. We don't need those. Let's go ahead and put the rubber bushing in just to make sure we don't forget it. Let's see, are we missing anything back here in the suspension? Nope. We can now start working on the wheel hub. We don't need any wheel hub 3s. Get rid of those. Rear drive hubs. We don't need those, thank God. Things are going good on this one so far. Rear drive hub. We don't need that. We don't know about axles or brakes. Okay, we definitely need rear brake discs. We're going to need 2 of those. And we already have the wheel hubs. Brake pads, rear drive axle. Okay, we're gonna need another rear drive axle. We are missing one completely. Okay, so pretty much we don't need anything left for the rear suspension, which is really nice. So I can go ahead and fix all this up and be done. And then we can focus on the little bit of stuff we need in the engine bay. That is currently on the list. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this side up and we'll head into the engine bay and see what other parts we need from there. All right, we are completely done with the suspension components. Nice and shiny and new. So the one thing that we are currently missing that we need to do is we need to put some wheels on this thing so we can actually put it down on the ground if we wanted to. We're not going to, but if we wanted to, we can. Also, they're done. Suspension's done. There's no need to not have wheels on it. We're not going to need to take them off. Here's a new mechanic, by the way. When you go to balance tires, you got to move these around, actually balance them, which is pretty cool. I like that they added a couple little things here and there to kind of change it up and, you know, get a little more in depth. I mean, you know, this isn't... It's not super realistic, but I mean, it doesn't need to be. That's what I like about this game is you don't need to be a master mechanic to do this stuff. You can just come in here and have fun, and a couple little mini games keep you entertained. I personally don't mind it. But I think we have all our rims. I think this is the last one. And then we should be good to mount them on the car. Yep, looks like it. Let's go ahead and get these mounted up. Like I said, I don't mind these rims at all, actually. These are actually not bad. So we're going to keep them. It's already got sport tires on it. We don't need to go anything crazy. I mean, I guess we'll kind of see what horsepower we have in this and see if these tires hold up. We might actually have to make a tire change, but hopefully sport tires hold up. I mean, I plan on going all out for performance modifications. We got a good amount of money. The most I've spent on restoring a car from the junkyard, which was the first car I restored, was $36,000 for everything. So yeah, it was a lot of money, but you know, we shouldn't get there with this. I believe we are about 13,000 into it so far. The suspension and everything is done. Still need to do body work, interior, and engine. But yeah, about 13,000 so far. Let's go ahead and put some of the stuff that we purchased into the engine bay. These are all the fluids. Let's go ahead and throw that battery in. We already had a brake booster. I think we fixed that. Yes, we did. We're not going to put an air filter in just because we need to buy a performance one. Medium intercooler. I think maybe we can buy a performance medium intercooler. I'm not quite sure. Fuse box panel A, which real quick, I think, yeah, fuse box base. Okay. So we did get that air filter base. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and put all the brand new fuses in here. I think we actually have all the fuses we need. I don't think we have the cover, so we're probably gonna have to purchase the cover. But it looks like we will be good on fuses. This is a new, ooh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want you. Do I not have a third? Oh, I guess not. Okay. Could have sworn I bought enough, but apparently I did not. So relay type C, we're gonna need one more of those. Could have sworn I bought everything I needed, but we don't want to put a bad fuse in here and just not have this car run and wonder what's going on. But yeah, this is a new mechanic. Fuses, which is pretty cool. I like that they add a little bit of stuff. I mean, like I said, this isn't a massive overhaul from 18, but it's enough of an improvement that I've really enjoyed it so far. So I don't think we have, yeah, we don't have the cover. We're gonna go ahead and need to purchase that and get rid of it on the list. There we go. Okay, So there's a couple things that I'm going to purchase really quick because I know I don't have a cover. Actually, I think I do have a cover. Don't think I have all the clips. We'll go ahead and buy those. Even if I have them, they're cheap. Radiator, go ahead and purchase that. And let's check real quick if the tune shop actually has a medium intercooler. It does not. Okay. So the medium intercooler is not a performance. There's no performance upgrade for that, which is kind of surprising. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and let's just purchase ourselves one of these performance air filters just so we can clear our shopping list by making sure that we do in fact have a cover, and we do. So we just need to put some clips on this because don't forget the clips. I think we actually did. We did repair the clips. Oh well, they weren't very expensive, and we'll probably need them later on, to be honest. So it's not that big of a deal. Go ahead and slap the radiator in. I know that doesn't make too much sense with the motor out, but I just like to get the engine bay all buttoned up and done, and then we can focus on the motor and then throw that in, and then everything else is already done and ready to go. So lower her back down. So yeah, pretty much everything in the engine bay is done for the most part. What we're gonna do while we're here, the brake system's already done. We did the brakes, we did the suspension. I'm gonna go ahead and put fluid in it. This is another new mechanic of Car Mechanic Sim 21, which is fluid. So you have brake fluid, power steering fluid, coolant, windshield washer fluid, and of course oil. We can actually go ahead and put windshield washer fluid in it. We can't put coolant and or power steering fluid in it or oil because we have no motor. So, and if you take the radiator out or the water pump out of a car without draining the coolant, you'll spill and you'll have to pay to clean it, as well as if you take the power steering pump off of an engine with the fluid still in, it will leak. So yeah, pretty cool mechanics. I like that they've done that. So yeah, here we are so far. It's coming together. We're doing pretty good. So what we need to do now is I'm going to go through my inventory. I'm going to clear out a lot of this stuff. Actually, we can do this pretty easily. Let's just go to 80%. Anything under 80, go ahead and sell. There we go. We got all the car parts we need. We have a gearbox completely repaired. We had an 80. Oh, wait a minute. We have 2 ABS pumps, and I totally forgot to put this back in, and I bought another one that we didn't need. Do we have a module? Of course we don't have a module. Why would we have a module? Let's go ahead and buy the module, $700. See, there's certain things that you really wish you could fix, or, well, I mean, the pump is $900, and I did fix it, and then I bought another one, so that was kind of my mistake. Alrighty, so technically I shouldn't have been able to put the power steering or the brake fluid in without the pump in, but it is what it is. It's a game. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look. It's all just interior parts, a couple little pieces here and there. We got a drive shaft, got a starter, which is all good. Got a gearbox. Don't even know if we're going to actually end up using that gearbox. So what we're going to actually do now is, wait a minute. Actually, what we could do, let's go ahead and repair some of this bodywork. I don't know if we're going to end up using a lot of this stuff because there is different bumpers and hoods and all this and trunks, but at least if we get the general stuff, obviously there's, you know, one type of door, one type of fender. So at least we have some things repaired, save a little bit of money, but we're going to want to customize this car a little bit. So what I'm going to do now, shopping list is empty. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start tearing down this motor. And again, as I tear things down, I'm going to add them to my list of parts that we're going to need. And then as things have been repaired, I'm going to remove those parts from the list of parts needed. And we'll put this motor back together. There's going to be a lot of going in and out of this motor build process just because we're going for power. More power, baby. So we're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to spend some money. But it'll be worth it in the end. I believe the performance modifications also give us money boost as well for selling the car, which I don't want to sell after we do all this, but I mean, we're in it for the money. Unfortunately, we're going to have to get rid of her. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this motor down to nothing, And then I will get back with you once we start putting it all back together. All right. We have torn this thing completely down to nothing. There's no motor anymore. So we're going to go ahead and fix a lot of this. As you can tell, we can actually fix quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and fix everything. Even if we don't end up using, like a good example, we might not end up using these cams if we can buy upgraded ones, but might as well just have everything upgraded or fixed. Even if we don't end up using it, it's worth more money to sell it when it's fully repaired compared to in the condition that it's currently in. So I'm going to go ahead and fix as many engine components as I can. And then we'll start looking at putting this motor back together. And not only that, but looking at some performance modifications and seeing what we can actually get this car to. We're going to have to buy the dyno, which is going to be $20,000. So that's going to be a hurt to the wallet, that's for sure, but it'll be worth it in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and repair this stuff, and then we will start the process of putting it all back together. All right. We have repaired everything in the motor, so before we actually start building, I'm going to go ahead and go into the tune-up shop. Let's see what we can even do here. So I believe these are the turbos we're using. We're not going to purchase those just yet. I want to make sure that we get everything we can performance-wise into this motor, and I don't think there's a performance block. There's performance heads, so we'll see if we can use one of these performance heads. There is a performance clutch plate, no lightweight flywheel that I can see. Let me look in here. Oh, there is a flywheel. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and purchase some of this stuff because we know we will need it. And so we already have the air filter. There is an alternator. I believe there's also a water pump that I think we can utilize. If I'm not wrong, I think I might be wrong. Oh, no, power steering pumps. And I don't think there's water pumps. There's no performance water pumps. And then again, I don't really know what a performance power steering pump is either. Anyway, let's go ahead and start putting this together. Crankshaft. Let's go ahead and see if there is a performance crankshaft. There's a lot of stuff in here that we need to purchase, and this might get a little confusing because we have to jump in between two different modes, but I don't think... Yep, there is no crankshaft. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put the stock crank back in. Luckily, we were able to repair that. We'll put the crankshaft bearing caps on. I think I'm going to have to purchase one. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to purchase one of these. And then I don't think we had an oil pan either, so I think we're gonna have to purchase that. I haven't gone through the initial purchase process of everything that we're gonna need. Yep, we're gonna need a bearing cap. Let me go ahead and get that real quick. Buy one of these. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of the oh wait, crankshaft bearing. What did I just get rid of? Oh no, I got rid of something that I probably actually needed. Oh god. Well, that was my mistake. The one gripe I do have is when you're in this build mode or even the unmount mode, you can't access your tablet. You have to actually back out of the whole mode and then access your tablet. So that's a little disappointing. I would like to be able to access the build mode inside there. So pistons, obviously we can go with some pistons. These are just standard piston rings, which is good. So we're going to need to buy those. And then we're going to need some performance pistons. So first, let's buy rings. Piston rings, we're gonna need 6 of them. And then let's head over to the performance shop and we'll look up pistons and we'll buy 6 of these performance pistons, $1,300. Okay, that is quite expensive. It'll be worth it in the long run, I hope. I mean, come on, like who doesn't want a Starline with at least 1,000 horsepower, right? Like that's kind of where we're going. We're trying to get 1,000 horsepower car here if we can. We'll go ahead and put the we'll put the special stuff on right now. I think I repaired the clutch. Yeah, we'll put the high performance clutch in though. We're gonna need it. We are going to need it. We're probably also gonna end up buying the performance transmission. I don't think I have. Nope, didn't have one of those. Go ahead and buy that just so we don't forget about that later. Clutch release bearing. Here we go. And we'll get rid of that and that. And actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and purchase a fuel filter. We should actually purchase the things that we know are either going to not be performance and or we don't, or we cannot fix. We don't need the pistons. We bought those. We don't need the crankshaft bearing caps. Unsure about rod caps yet. I don't think we need the crankshaft. No, we don't need the crankshaft. We don't need the engine block. Maybe engine heads. I think those are performance. Idler roller Bs. There's no way these are performance, but we do need those. Cams might be performance. Belt. We definitely need belts. Belt tensioner. Don't think we can fix that. Crankshaft pulley. Definitely can't fix that. Water pump pulley. All the pulleys and stuff like that. Alternator, power steering pump, radiator fan. Not sure. Might have fixed that, so we're not going to do that. Timing cover B. I think we fixed both the timing covers. Not sure just yet. So fuel rail intake. A lot of this stuff might end up being performance. So we're just going to hold off for now. Let's go ahead and actually rotate this motor over so we can put in the rod caps. So we need 6 of them. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need to buy 2 more. Go ahead and just do that now. So that way we have them and we can get it done. So I'm going to put this motor together a little bit more, try to get the basics done. And then we'll start looking at some performance mods to swap out some of the stuff that, some of the other parts that we need. I think we can do engine heads and turbos and all that stuff. So I'm going to put the kind of the boring stuff on and then we'll check out some of the performance stuff. Okay, it is time to buy some performance parts. The only thing that we're gonna do really quick first is there was a water pump and there's one there. I just wanna make sure that that's not, okay, that is not a thing. We already have one, we don't need it. So let's go ahead and we do need a performance alternator, whatever that is. We do want a performance power steering pump, again, whatever that is. Engine head, yes, we have an engine head, but it's not a performance one, so we're going to go ahead and buy that. Ignition coils, absolutely going to need performance ignition coils and spark plugs. So we're really going, we're going all out for this one. We really are. Fuel rail, 100% going to need a performance one of those. Turbocharger, let's go ahead and just buy it. We're going to need it. Intake manifold, there is not an intake manifold. Okay, throttle, let's go ahead and purchase the throttle. Exhaust manifold. Okay, yep, there is an exhaust manifold. Camshaft, what is that? That's the cap. Okay, let's look at the cams. There is no performance cams. Okay, interesting. No, obviously not a radiator fan, and we did not purchase all of the belts. So we need serpentine belt A. Let's go ahead and buy that. Timing covers, I'm not sure. We're gonna need 14 of these. Go ahead and buy 14 of those. Not going to do those just yet. Might have fixed that, might have fixed this, and might have fixed these and the radiator. So we'll see how good we were fixing some of the things. Go ahead and put the water pump back on. Put this performance alternator on. High performance voltage. Definitely gives you more horsepower. Power steering pump, again, you could turn with the horsepower or whatever the power steering pump performance is. Water pump pulley. Now let's do this. Ooh, let's do the fuel filter too while we're here. I did put the clutch release bearing in, just FYI. I know I bought it and then didn't do it. And then I did it when I cut, so. All right, wow, look at this. This is fancy. We'll go ahead and see real quick if we're gonna need any camshafts. I believe I was able to repair both of them, but I could be wrong. Okay, we did actually repair both of them, so that's good. So we can go ahead and get rid of the camshafts. Intake manifold. Okay, we did actually fix that. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this. We'll see about the timing covers in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and put on all these camshaft caps, which is so much fun because there's 14 of them. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's continue with the performance mods and put in all the performance spark plugs and ignition coils. This will definitely help with horsepower. Yeah, we're gonna be pumping out a lot of horsepower in this motor, so pretty interesting to see what we're gonna end up getting at the end of this. I don't think it even came with engine covers, this motor. I don't think it did. We'll also put in the performance fuel rail while we're at it, and also the performance throttle, just to try to get rid of a lot of the white parts that need to be put on. And we'll put this on as well, exhaust manifold. We do have a performance one, which is nice. Go ahead and slap that on. And then also the turbos. We'll be able to put the turbos on. Woo! Performance turbos. Look how shiny these are. Look at that. Oh, this motor is gonna look great when it's done. We're gonna wait to rebuild the front end. I don't think I actually have any of these. Yep, okay, we don't have any of these. So we're gonna add these to the list. And we're gonna have to back out to purchase them. Something tells me that there's not any performance head covers, because that wouldn't make any sense, but never, bad idea to just check. Make sure you buy both of them. And we'll see how these look. Hopefully, okay, it'd be kind of nice if they're shiny to kind of match the, kind of nice if this and these match the chrome of those two parts, but it is what it is. It still has all the power it needs. Top of the motor's done. Sides of the motor are done. Rear of the motor's done. Pretty much just need to work on the timing of the motor, the front of the motor. We did not buy cam gears, apparently. Let me double check to see if they have any cam gears. Nope, they have cam shafts, but not cam gears. So go and buy 2 cam gears and we can throw it onto the car. I don't know how I missed the cam gear. Oh, that must have been the thing that I deleted in the list without, trying to delete something else. Idler roller B, I'm going to put that in. We did buy those. We'll see about these timing covers. Okay, so we do have one of them. Do we have this one? We do. Okay, cool. I don't think we have the coil cover. No, we do not. All right, so what we can do though is we can get rid of the timing covers because we have that. We will wait to buy the coil cover in a second. Let's just try to get everything else buttoned up that we can. Put the new belt on, put the new belt tensioner on, and then double check if we were able to actually fix the radiator fan. We were. Okay, good. Very good. So yeah, the only thing that we're gonna need to purchase left is the coil cover, which again, just gonna, it doesn't hurt to try. Okay, yeah, it doesn't exist in there. So we're just gonna have to buy a standard one. And the list is empty now, which is great. Oop, I always forget that I'm not in the thing. And there we go. Button this down. And the motor's done. The motor is done. All performance out. Tons of horsepower in this thing. Should be great. So let's go ahead and take it off the stand and shove it right in our pocket. Because what else are you going to do with a motor, right? You're just going to put it right into your pocket. We'll move the crane over. And we will go ahead and get this motor mounted. Go ahead and get the crane out of the way. There she is. There she is. While we're here, since the motor is in and we're done with it, let's go ahead and fill it up with some coolant. And then we'll also put some oil in it, just so we don't forget. We'll do it now, as soon as the motor gets in the car. Then all the fluids are done. We know they're done. Actually, we also need power steering fluid because we did not have a power steering pump earlier. So we're going to need to do that as well. We got brake fluid. We got coolant. We got window washer fluid. We're doing power steering fluid. And then just we need oil after that. And we'll be done. So let's go ahead and put some oil in it. And then we're also going to double check. I put a standard fuel pump in the rear, but something tells me that there's going to be a performance fuel pump. We also need to do the exhaust system, which again, we're going to go performance if we can, which I'm sure they have it. We have a performance air filter in already, so we don't need to be concerned about that. So let's go ahead and check this out real quick. Is there a fuel pump? Oh, there's also a fuel filter. Let's go ahead and buy that, and a fuel pump. Okay. So let's go ahead and we will remove this boring standard filter. Let's put a performance filter on that thing. All right. So we'll go ahead and raise it up. We got to put the transmission in, got to put the starter in, but also mainly we have to swap out this terribly lame standard fuel pump for a nice, dark, high-performance fuel pump. All right, so we do have a gearbox. We do have one, but you can always buy a better one for $1,200. Totally worth it. Oh, man, this car better be fast. I've spent a ton of money on this thing. Do we have a starter? We do have a starter. Doubt there's a performance starter. Not going to bother looking. Don't know if that would... I mean, again, it wouldn't make sense, but neither would a power steering pump and an alternator, but it is what it is. All right, so we're pretty much done with the mechanics. So we need one of them. We need a cat. We need a mid-muffler. We need an exhaust pipe, and we need a muffler. So let's go ahead and head back to the tune shop. They don't have a front exhaust section for this performance. Well, that's disappointing. How do you have performance headers for this, but not the performance front exhaust section? That's quite strange. So we're gonna have to buy a standard one, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and finish up everything down here. Put some nice shiny exhaust sections in. And get that last one way over there. Okay. So, we're good. It's technically a car now. It is technically a car. It has an engine. It has all the fluids. It has a full suspension. It's got performance upgrades. Go ahead and take a look at this. So we're trying to beat 293 horsepower. Something tells me we're going to beat that. We need a dyno before we can really tell. But let's just go ahead and make sure. So all this is green, 100%. We're all good here. Just going to make sure that there's no mechanical parts in this list anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so now that that's done, what we're going to do is we are going to do the interior first real quick. So there is a specific bench that I ended up actually selling by accident. I didn't want to do that, but it is what it is. Wait, what is this thing called again? I am a Starline. Okay, so we'll go by. We're gonna do a quick search. Actually, let's just do Starline. There we go. Got a Starline bench. We need one of them. Oop, did not want to back all the way out. And then we need some front seats. So this can fit any type of front seat. So we're gonna want to go. We're gonna want to go race car with this. So let's buy these real nice kind of bucket seats, and then let's find ourselves a really nice wheel that would work in this car. Something that looks like it fits. Nothing on that page. I don't want like one of the 3-spoke. I want something with an airbag. Like that one's okay. Want something that looks performance. That's kind of weird. This is clearly like a Bugatti or something. Yeah, these are okay, but they're not great. That one's... That... yeah. Yeah. It's not bad. I don't prefer it. Might go with this one. It has nice, like, thumb grips. Looks somewhat performance. I think we're gonna have to... Actually, this looks almost identical to that. It's just fully black. No, the airbag's different. I mean, this one, honestly... I think we're gonna go with this one. I think we're going with that. That looks to be the best, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and... I think this already had kind of bucket seats in it. Yeah, it did. It already had like race seats in it too, which is nice. Go ahead and put the wheel in. Back out so we can take a look at it. It does not look bad in there. I don't mind that. I mean, it's not the best wheel, but I don't think it's the worst. So, we got the interior done. One thing I forgot to do was... actually, no, we did do that. I forgot that we did that. All right. So, oops, I need to go in and purchase. Let's go to the body shop. And I'm going to go ahead and purchase all the glass. All the glass for the car because we can't fix the glass. We want it to be 100%. So let's go ahead and put as much glass in it as we can. And before we actually put the bumpers and stuff on, or the trunk, I want to go take a look at the body shop and see what we can do. So that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and look at the body tuning shop and see. So we do have front bumper B, hood B, we have headlights B, tail lights B, rear bumper B, and trunk B. I think this is the trunk B already. Yes, it is. What is the hood that we have? Is the hood? We don't have a hood. Do we have a front bumper? We have a B bumper. Okay. Do we have a B rear bumper? No, we do not. What are the tail lights that we had in there? We don't have those. Okay. So what I think we're going to do, let's buy the B hood, the B rear bumper, and then we're going to wait to buy the lights. I want to see what the stock lights look like before we actually purchase those. And then let's go ahead and put that on. I don't think we have... okay, yeah, we got fenders. We have doors. I don't know if we have doors. We have a right door. Do we have a left door? No, we do not. Okay. We got to go back to the normal body shop and buy a left door. Let's go ahead and put the left door on. Let's put the glass in. Don't know about a mirror. I don't think we have a left. No, we don't have a left mirror. Don't know if we have a right mirror. I think we might have a right mirror. No, we do not. Okay, so we need to purchase the mirrors. Left and right. Put the right mirror on. Left mirror on. All right, so the only thing we're really missing is license plates and headlights and tail lights. So I'm going to quickly... So these are the stock headlights. I don't really like the stock headlights. Yeah, I like these headlights more. So we're going to buy these headlights. The tail lights, though, honestly, I kind of like the stock tail lights more. Yeah, we're going to buy the stock tail lights. The stock tail lights look better, in my opinion. But I do like the upgraded headlights. Those are aggressive. Those look good. But these back here, I'm not a fan of the big, like, LED, individual LED bolt. Yeah, that looks good, in my opinion. All right, let's get some license plates on this car. We need 2 of them. Should we do a custom? Should we do a custom plate? I wish I could type in here instead of doing this. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and get some custom plates real quick. And then we'll almost be done. All right. Let's go ahead and put the plates on. We got 2 customs. They say Starline. That's it. It's just Starline. That's all I could fit. So I figured why not. Oh, there's not a front plate. So I have a second plate that just says Starline that I'm going to use for nothing. Okay. That's good. All right. So let's take a quick look at the car. And let's look. Rear license plate. So everything in this car has been replaced. So we're good. We are good. So Obviously, we want to paint it. Interior's done, exterior's done, wheels done, suspension, everything. Everything's done. Obviously, we want to paint it. But before we paint it, we want to make sure that this car is absolutely tip-top shape. And we are going to do that by doing the headlight adjustment. And these are way out of whack. They're up in the sky. There's nothing worse than driving a car that has terrible headlights or that are positioned really poorly. There's nothing worse than that, especially when you actually need to see what you're doing. Are these pretty even? No, this is a little bit higher. There we go. Let's drop that down. Perfect. Okay, so now wheel alignment. This is another new thing, as you can tell. Aligning the wheels. I like the little additions they added to the game. It's nice. Wheels nice and aligned. Headlights adjusted. We'll go ahead and we'll take this thing to the paint shop. So I don't have paint shop level 2 or 3. So we can't really go crazy with the customization of the car in terms of color. I'm kind of limited to this, as well as the factory color's yellow. Oh my God, that is horrible. I mean, come on, we got to do. It's kind of a purpley blue. They have a kind of a brighter blue. I think I like the brighter. I think I like this blue more than this blue. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this. We're going to go with the brighter blue. You got to go blue on a Starline. Starlines are always blue. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is nice. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring it back inside the garage for now. Obviously, we want to see what's going on with the motor, but I'm going to need to spend a ton of money real quick. So we're going to actually purchase the dyno. So we started this off. Let's purchase this now. We started this off with like 163,000. Let's take 20,000 off of that just to compensate for the dyno. So 143,000. We're down to 104,000. So we've spent about $39,000 on this car, which is a lot of money, a ton of money. But this thing should sell for an insane amount. So let's go ahead and actually take it to the dyno. I have not done this before because I did not have the dyno. Wow, look at this. This looks cool in here. Big fans, big screen. We got a bunch of, okay. You can tune it. That's cool. Didn't know that. Nothing really else in here except, let's go ahead and run the dyno. So factory power, 293 horsepower, 324 foot-pounds of torque. Let's go ahead and see what the new measured power is going to be. Can we hit 1,000? Oh, well, let's actually start the test. We're just sitting here. Can we hit 1,000 horsepower? Come on. Come on, Starline, you got it. Okay, here we go. I was like, it doesn't sound too good. Oh, here we go. Rev limiter, all right. Oh, we did not hit 1,000. We didn't even get close to 1,000. Okay, I might have overestimated our abilities to modify these cars, but we're at 432 horsepower. That's a 140 horsepower gain, and we're at 456 foot-pounds of torque, so 132 foot-pounds of torque increase. So, I mean, that's a pretty good increase. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it definitely woke this car up, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and put this thing outside and see it in the sunlight. This thing looks amazing. Look at the difference. Actually, let me go ahead and park it right where it was when you first saw it, right here. So, yeah, I'll try to do side by side if I can from a couple angles. But, yeah, this thing is so much better. Look at this. Awesome. All right, so before we sell, before we figure out how much we've actually made, let's go to the test track. Let's test this thing out. I have not driven in this game very much. The physics from the little bit that I did drive kind of feel pretty similar to 18. All right, we are in the car. Okay, it is cool. Oh my God, it's fast. Oh, it's... Oh, no, we're... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's... slightly used. We're stuck on the barrier. It's so loud, this car. It is very... Oh, we're so stuck on the barrier. What do we do? How do we get off of this? Can we get off of the barrier? There we go. Oh my God, it's so loud. Oh, acceleration test. Here we go. Oh, it's so fast. It's insanely fast. Wow. Okay, the physics actually don't feel much different, but they don't feel as bad in a way. It's similar, but better, in my opinion. All right, that was crazy loud, and that was super fast. Okay. Yeah, this thing is really, really quick off the line. There's one more thing I want to do before we actually drive it. Did I actually damage anything from this car? No. No, we didn't. Okay, good. I don't think I did. Let me double check. Did I damage anything? Because that would not be cool. All right. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We didn't devalue the car. We could go to the racetrack, but we'll save that for another time. This video is already going to be super long, and thank you so much for sticking around if you are still here. I know this is a long video. I tried to not make it by cutting some stuff out, but the series has always tended to be longer than shorter, so I hope you guys enjoy the long content, but I do apologize if it's too long. So top speed, let's see what we can get in the top speed. Oh, I love the infotainment center. It's so Starline. It's really cool. All right, let's just hammer this thing. We're just rev limiter. The blow off is going absolutely crazy. We're already at 100 miles an hour. This does not go forever, I found. It actually does eventually stop. 150 miles an hour. We're in 6th gear. We're about to hit the rev limiter, I think. 156. We are capped out. 156 miles an hour. That is not bad at all. Again, it's very loud, and I think it ends. Yep. There's the end. Ooh, it's got brakes. It's got brakes. All right. I mean, it makes all the right noises. That's for sure. All right, let's go back to the garage. We've driven it enough. We found out that it's ridiculously fast with 400 horsepower. So the last thing that I want to do with this car is, 104,000. We need some money. I mean, that's a good amount of money, but let's be honest. We put too much money into this thing. So we can look at everything here. We come over to this final tab, and it'll show us what we've actually done. Part value, 33,000. Body part value, 25,000. Performance part value, 17,000, which I think we might have spent about that on performance parts, maybe less. Condition bonus, 22,000. Price, buy price. So I spent 27,000 on this car. We're going to get a profit of 72,000. We're going to sell this thing for $99,000. And we started with, minus the dyno, we started with 143,000. So we're going to sell this car and we're going to end up with $203,000. I hate to see that car go, but I love to see it drive away. Let's go ahead and quickly just go into my inventory. I'm just going to get rid of some of these parts that I don't need anymore. And what we're going to actually do is I'm going to add a barn find location to my map. I've been saving this for recording just because this is where you're going to find all the good cars. So they have the junkyard where you can find some good cars in the junkyard, but they're really, really in bad shape. The first car I ever restored was from a junkyard. I spent $36,000 restoring it. I didn't even do performance mods. It was just a standard car. Made some good money off of it, but spent a lot on it. The car we just did, that Starline, was from a barn, so it was in better condition. Obviously still needed a lot, as you saw. But let's go ahead and do this barn find and see if we can see any better cars. Here we go. We got this. This is not bad. GT20. It's not bad. How much are they trying to sell this for? 20,000? All right. That's pretty cool. It's got somewhat of a motor. Not bad. What else do we got? Ooh. We got a modern Challenger. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Emperor. Wow, that's getting cut. Anyway. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's like an old, it's an L series, clearly. It's an L series, 79 L series. I mean, of course, it's definitely not a Cadillac. So yeah, some of the barn finds are good. Some of them are okay. They're trying to sell this one for $26,000. How much are they trying to sell this one for? $20,000. Yeah, none of these are really hitting my interest. And each barn find has 3 cars in it. And unfortunately, once you go to a barn find and you leave, you cannot return. So we will not be able to purchase any of those cars. But I wanted to find something that maybe you guys would like to see me restore in the next episode. So there's a couple more places that we can check out before we end. Again, I'm sorry that this episode is so long. We're going to head to the junkyard. And we're going to just do a quick little loop in the junkyard and see if we can find anything interesting laying around. I know it's going to be a project because these cars are in massive disrepair, but you never know what you're going to find. It's kind of like the barn finds, but free. Well, not free. I mean, it's like the barn finds, but you don't need to get a barn find map to come here. And then you just need to spend way more money restoring the car. Don't see anything yet. Don't see any actual cars that we can purchase yet. Oh, what is that? What is this? Is this a 300? This is a 2003 LX 550. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Man, it is. It's beat up. It needs some loving. That's for sure. Don't know if that's for me, though. Don't know if that's really my style. Those cars are pretty interesting, but don't know if I like it. What is this here? We got a little BMW. Little BMW. What is this? It's a Panther Mark II. Again, not really my style. I'm kind of more of a classic person. I like the classics. Like the classics. Oh, hey, look at this. Another Starline. Look at that. How much they want for this? $9,000 for the way this sits. Oh, man, this thing's going to need everything. I mean, then again, in the restoration garage series, every car does get everything, but that's going to need a lot of everything. Okay, we got anything down these rows? Doesn't look like... It's a little barren today in the junkyard. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's unfortunate. Nothing that really spiked my interest. So we're going to have to go back to the garage. I have one more place to look. Before we move on, one more place to look. All right, let's check out the last location, which is the car auctions. The car auctions have been changed a little bit, which is pretty cool. You actually get a choice between what type of auction you want to go to. So you have the car auctions or the salvage cars. So you can go to the car auctions. As you can tell, there's a lot of cars with some pretty good ratings. So like this one is, I mean, a 5 out of 5 or 5 stars is, this has to be a pretty decent. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at this thing. It's practically pristine. By the way, 90s Impala. I mean, oh, beautiful. Beautiful car. Don't want it though. That it's not doing what we need it to do. So we don't need that. We got a couple other cars here, but yeah, these are very expensive, and the conditions are not that much improvement. The profits here are not going to be too good. I mean, some decent stuff, but nothing that we really want to take on our nothing we want to take on. Let's check out the salvage cars. This is where you can kind of pick up some good deals. This is one of the cars that I did, a gold trail. I picked mine up for a little bit less than that. It was about the same rating. Ooh, look at that. We got a panel station wagon. That's pretty cool. Ooh, we got a Corvette supercharged. Ooh, $13,000 starting price. Wow. Okay. We got some interesting stuff in here. This one's really nice. The Hornet, the Bolt Hornet. That's pretty cool. 5,000, 2-star. Yeah, I mean, the performance, FMIL, OVE. I mean, there's some cool stuff, I guess. I mean, this is pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Nice. It is a Supa. A Supa. Yeah, totally. Totally a super. How much do they want for this thing? I don't even know, but probably a good amount of money. It's it needs some work. It looks like most of the motor's there, so that ain't bad. But yeah, it definitely needs some work. This could be a candidate. This could be a candidate for restoration. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you guys like this. I might end up actually picking it up. Well, okay. $1,200 bid. The starting price is $10,000. I wouldn't want to spend more than $15,000 for this car. Maybe 20. Well, it's okay. So it's a 3-star rating. All right, let's start the auction. Let's see how it goes. Oh, we got one bidder. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's already to $18,000, $19,000 to 20, and I'm out. Okay, well, that was a good $25,000. I'm not, no, 26, 28, 30, $30,000. You're out of your mind. I'm not paying that. Yeah, 32,000. Have fun with your car, guy. Okay, I'm trying to make money here. That's just, no, we don't got time for that. Anyway, I think we don't have time for much else. Unfortunately, we couldn't find another car for the next episode, but I'm going to keep my eye out. I'll probably look at some barn finds. I do have a couple left to add to my map to kind of check out. So I'll check those out. I'll check out some junkyards. I'll keep checking out the auto auctions, but yeah, Car Mechanic Simulator 21. I've had a lot of fun in this game. I've been playing it quite religiously lately. Oh yeah, that is the dyno back there. That is cool. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions on a car that you would like to see me restore, put it in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this longer video. I know it's going to end up being super long, but again, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.